adapted by Andrew Wilcox from the writings of Carlo Collodi, illustrated by Junior Nobati. Once upon a time, a piece of wood lay in the shop of the poor old carpenter. Geppetto, for that was the carpenter's name, has got the notion to carve this piece of wood into a puppet, which he hoped would fetch enough money to buy him supper. No sooner as he applied his tools to the wood, a voice rose up right out of it. Ouch! Do not strike me so hard. Geppetto paused, thinking it was his voice was a trick of his mind. He had craft a pair of legs that the puppet kicked him in the skin quite sharply. Ouch! Said Geppetto, but thinking Marionette must have slipped from his grasp, the carpenter proceeded to carve the puppet's eyes. Only when those eyes opened did Geppetto understand some magic was afoot. Who are you? The puppet asked, and Geppetto told his name. Are you my father? It asked. I suppose so, says Geppetto. If a puppet can have a father, what can this? Asked the puppet, looking down his knees. So Geppetto explained about legs and their uses. The puppet bent his new legs back and forth. Then stood, soon was running all arms round floor room, quick as a cat. Slow down, you make me dizzy, said Geppetto, but the puppet laughed and ran in circles. Wouldn't you like a name? Geppetto asked at last. The puppet stopped. Yes, I must have a name, an even better one than yours. When Geppetto thought about who all the children he knew who did very well for themselves, he remembered one boy with a particularly bright smile and a good heart. Pinocchio will be your name, he said, and you'll behave like a good boy and go to school every day. Of course, Pinocchio knew nothing about school, so Geppetto proceeded to tell him. While Pinocchio settled on the workbench and complimented of his father's words. I should like to go to school, but I haven't learned to be good, he said at last. But I haven't any spelling book. And I have no money to buy one, said Geppetto. Pinocchio grew very sad then. He began to mew and moan. Suddenly, Geppetto stood up from his workbench and grabbed his coat. Stay where you are, dear Pinocchio. I'll return as quickly as I can. Then he left Pinocchio all alone. After what seemed like a terribly long time, Geppetto returned, a spelling book and a note coat and all on his back. Here you are, son, he said, placing the book on the table. Pinocchio noticed Geppetto rubbing his bare arm. Papa, your coat, what happened? I saw it, said Geppetto. Why, Papa? Geppetto shrugged. Because, well, I found it too hot. Pinocchio understood. Then Geppetto has only sold his only coat to buy him the book. Oh, thank you, said Pinocchio, throwing his arm around the old man's neck and kissing his cheeks. I'll be the best boy in the whole school. You're not a boy at all, Geppetto laughed. Still, I'm glad you're my son. The next morning, Pinocchio followed the children through the snow. Nothing as he went how every one of them had some kind of coat on. He did not feel the coat, so he skipped along, considering all the clothes in he would buy. Geppetto once had learned to be clever, but as he turned the corner, young Pinocchio heard the call of the melodious pipes and stirring drum beats was filled with longing. Turning away from the children, he thought, perhaps I will go to school tomorrow and let the music lead him. The festive theater, where people had lined up outside. What does the sign say? Pinocchio asked a woman in line. You blockhead, she replied. It says great marionette show today. Admission 2 pence. Pinocchio grew frantic, for he did not have 2 pence. I must get in, he cried out. Oh, I'd give anything. Hearing him, a peddler approached and said in most cutting voice, How about I give you 2 pence for that spelling book? Pinocchio took the 2 pence from the peddler's open palm. With a hardly a thought for his poor shivering father, handed over in the spelling book. Inside, the people sat on rows of benches before a raised stage, laughing at marionettes who danced and jumped on the end of long strings. One looked at Pinocchio, however, walking into the theater without any string at all. The marionettes ceased to play the part, then began at first to whisper, then to shout. A burly man with a long black beard and a hellish whip stepped on stage. He cracked his whip, pointing two handle at Pinocchio. You showstopper, over here. Finding his legs quite shaky, Pinocchio climbed on stage as he'd been told. A burly man, whose name was Fire Eater, grabbed Pinocchio by the nose. You'll keep the whole warm tonight, he said, as he slung the poor puppet on his shoulder, carrying him backstage on the furnace. The marionette quivered and cried in sympathy as Fire Eater raised Pinocchio up to throw him in the flames. Papa, please save me, Pinocchio cried. At this, Fire Eater paused, then sneezed. Oh, that's a good sign, said one of the marionettes, for if he sneezes, that means he pities you. Fire Eater sneezed again. Bless you, Pinocchio said. Who is your papa you speak of? Fire Eater demanded. Pinocchio told him it was Geppetto, who had brought him to life and sold his own coat while he was spelling book. Despite this hot temper, Fire Eater did not have a bad heart. Upon hearing Pinocchio's description of his papa, he handed over 5 gold pieces and said, Bring this to your poor good father, and don't delay. Oh, thank you, Pinocchio cried, and waving goodbye, he left the theater at once, and all without so much as a scotch on the mark of him. Soon he was skipping merrily down the lane toward home. He hardly made it to the lamppost when he met a fox with a lame coat and a cat who was blind in both eyes. The two animals leaned on another, the good companions in misfortune. Good afternoon, Pinocchio, said the fox. But how do you know my name? Pinocchio said. We are all friends of your father, said the cat. Then to be happy to learn of the gift he now received, cried Pinocchio, and he jiggled 5 gold pieces in his pocket. The fox stepped closer. That sounds like a fair sum. Wouldn't you be able to double it? Surely, but I haven't time for delays, Pinocchio replied. I must get home to Papa, said the cat. With twice as much you could buy anything Geppetto needs, and whatever you need too. 500 times as much, if one really computed, said the fox. Quite so, said the cat. But how? Asked Pinocchio. The fox's eyes got very big, and his voice started to whisper. The field of wonders, he said. If anyone plants a gold coin there, and waters it with 2 pails of water and 2 pinches of salt, in the morning he will find a tree with gold coins for blossom. However many coins you have, said the cat, that's how many trees you grow to harvest. And every tree bears 100 coins, added the fox. Pinocchio clapped his hands. Dear friend, I must see this field of wonder. Won't you please take me there at once? Certainly, said the cat, and they blindfolded Pinocchio to let him away.
What? No way.